The original house was built in the 1870s, and then in 1921 there was a fire which caused the whole house to burn down. It was rebuilt between the years of 1921 and 1925. Then in the year 1932, Harold Ickes purchased the house. Harold Ickes was the Secretary of Interior during Franklin D. Roosevelt's presidency. He was most notable for his Public Works Administration, a massive New Deal construction program in which he oversaw construction of the Lincoln Tunnel and the Key West Highway. He resigned from his cabinet position in 1946 during Truman's presidency.
Shortly after the fire, the house was rebuilt by Sears, Roebuck & Company. They were a popular home designer at the time and were responsible for building 2/3 of the custom homes in that time period. They are more currently known as Sears the Appliance Store.
During World War II, Japanese Americans were interned and taken away from their homes. Harold Ickes didn't like that idea, so he took several of these Japanese Americans and had them come help on his farm in the house. This is the servant house that they stayed in, along with other servants that worked on the property and in the house.
FDR would occasionally come and visit Harold Ickes and stay in this house due to Camp David not being built yet. Whenever he would come and visit Harold, this is the room that he would stay in.
Camp David, which is located in Catoctin Mountain Park in Frederick, Maryland, has offered presidents a place for solitude and tranquility. President Franklin D. Roosevelt established the residence as USS Shangri-La. However, President Eisenhower renamed it Camp David after his grandson. Camp David is also used to host foreign dignitaries, such as Winston Churchill.
Okay. Throughout the years after the house was rebuilt, many sections of the house had to be renovated. However, some sections of the house, such as this bathroom, are still in their original form after the house was first rebuilt.
In this room, Harold Ickes, FDR, and other cabinet members would gather around to play poker.
I bought the house because I'm a real fan of historic properties and older properties, and wanted to restore it to its kind of original state, so to speak, and just fell in love with the property and everything that the house has to offer.
Mm-hmm. That was called the Whistler's Walk. As servants brought out food to guests such as Franklin D. Roosevelt and the owner Harold Ickes, they would have to whistle so that they knew that they weren't eating the food as they brought it to the party.
This was the door that connected the main dining room to the butler's pantry, which we're in right now. Servants would look through the window on the door to see when they needed to bring out the next course of the meal. Although almost all of the house was renovated after its 1920s rebuild, some parts of the house, not many but some, such as this fireplace, are still original from the 1870s version.
Well, I think the fact that it was built by Sears and that Harold Ickes and his family lived here for a very long time, it has a great history during a very important time in our country, coming out of the Depression and moving into World War II. So a lot of very important decisions and a lot of history was made in this house, which kind of also tends to make it a very special place.